What's going on, guys? Welcome back into the film room. We have breaking news. The Bills went out and signed another wide receiver, this time Trent Sherfield from the Dolphins. It's a one-year contract. The details are still being worked out, but he's a really solid player, especially this late in free agency. He's a guy that reeled in 30 receptions last year for 417 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he brings a different element to the wide receiver group. Decent size, some really, really good hands. It's probably his best trait. And we're going to discuss some of the things that he brings to the offense and how he's going to help Josh Allen. He talked about wanting to come to Buffalo while there were other opportunities. He wanted to come to Buffalo to be an elite receiver, he said. You got to play with an elite quarterback. And I think he's a solid depth signing if you're talking wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, because of what he's going to bring to this offense and special teams. He puts in a lot of time on special teams too. So without further ado, let's jump into the film. All right, let's dive into the fun stuff, the run game blocking. He's one of the better rated run blockers in the league, but I want to show you the film. I don't want to show you PFF grades. The Bills have a very, very good run blocking wide receiver in Gabe Davis. He's a lot bigger and a lot stronger, but Sherfield does some things that I really like that I think could add some elements to the Bills offense if he were to make it next season. So on this play, they use him across the formation. You see the tight end is engaged right here with the edge defender, and he's able to use that surge motion and then kick that guy out to open up that edge. Now the play gets blown up, but you can see how they used him in their run game to create leverage and to create gaps for that run game. Another play with him getting out into space, trip set, top of the screen, fakes inside, gets out into space. Tough read here. Much like the last play, he probably wants to pick this guy up, but that guy's playing very passive, where you can see the safety coming down. So he takes the safety, and again, just look at the technique and the drive with his feet to kick that guy out, and the Finns are able to get a first down. So here's another one with him in the trip set, getting out into space on the end around or the reverse. Again, just look how he breaks down and almost stock blocks that forced defender. That guy's running away from him, but watch him just break down, lock on, and then just kick that guy out of the play. Just good positional leverage, really good stock blocking by him out in space. So the type of movement that you're able to get with him as a run blocking wide receiver because of his athleticism, he runs in like the 4.4, so getting out in the space is no problem, and he can get to his block. Once he latches on, he does a good job of maintaining that block. And hey, if that guy wants to break free and go in a different direction, he just rides him that way and lets the running back, or the wide receiver in this case, make those cuts. All right, now the nitty-gritty stuff. The Dolphins run a lot of formations where their wide receivers are condensed like this. I mean, it's the McVay-Shanahan tree. So while this play is blown up, again, look at the hand usage, the positional leverage, gets that inside half, and he's able to kick that guy out to the boundary. Again, the play is blown up, but you can see if the running back is able to get out here, Sherfield and his teammates did a great job of setting that alley. I want you to watch the linebacker I have circled here. Here comes Sherfield from outside. Good positional leverage. That guy wants to retrace and work over the top, right? Watch Sherfield reposition his body and then push that guy out, and the running back is able to cut up inside there on that play. So really nice work against a linebacker. He's willing to do that. And that right there is half the battle. The willingness to block, but also the willingness to block in the box, to block linebackers, safeties down in the box. Good work by him, and I just love that dog in him that is willing to do that in the box. Another cut from him coming down into the box. Boom, look at that block. Very nice work. Those are the type of blocks that spring decent runs. Unfortunately, the Dolphins run game and a lot of these clips don't maximize the blocking by the Dolphins, but you can see him come down into the box and catch that guy. He did it to Taron Johnson too in I think it was the wild card game, but he did pretty much tackle Taron Johnson in the box in a play like this. But this is a nice block that, again, can spring runs, explosive runs for running backs. On this play, you're going to see him aligned out wide, but he's going to come down and just get a piece of Devondre Campbell. Again, the willingness. Get to that positional leverage. You see him trying to reach to this side to seal this lane. Again, not a powerful block, but that willingness allowed Mostert there to get to the third level. So I like it. He's got that athleticism to work through the box and play in the box, or to get to that second and third level on push cracks to spring explosive runs. Okay, on to the passing game. So when I started looking at his advanced stats, something really popped out. So overall, last season, Sherfield had 30 receptions for 417 yards and 2 touchdowns. But against zone coverage, he had 23 receptions out of those 30 receptions, 366 yards out of 417 yards against zone, and 2 touchdowns. So a lot of his work was against zone coverage, which makes sense. They have Waddle, they have Hill, they have their man beater concepts and man beater wide receivers. Sherfield was used against zone. He converted 18 first downs last year. So I'm going to show you how he did that. On this play, you're going to see he's very QB friendly. We always talk about that in the film room. You see the delayed release, and right there he sits, but there's a defender kind of hanging out right here, and this is the void he's working with. So what does he do? He slides to the boundary, uncovers, catches the ball there. He's very QB friendly, especially against these zone coverages. Now, he also does a great job of catching the ball. I mean, that's the number one trait a receiver should have. Of the 70 targets over the last 2 years, he's only dropped 2 passes. Watch him on this post route over the middle. So you have a defender underneath, safety over the top. Throw is a little high. He's able to reel it in, and he knows a big hit's coming. It's a too high shell. Catches it. He doesn't care. He's fearless. He'll catch it in traffic and come down with it. Watch it from the end zone angle. Again, he knows the coverage. He knows where everyone is in space. A little high. He doesn't care. He catches it, tucks it, absorbs that big hit. He's just really good at adjusting to inaccurate passes. Here's one. It's kind of a back shoulder throw. I wouldn't say that one's completely inaccurate, but it's a back shoulder throw when he's running up the sideline. Good adjustment, right? Great body control. Catches that pass beyond the first down. Gets his feet in along the boundary. Really nice work to move the chains. Here's another one where he has to kind of let up and throttle down in the zone on this pass from Bridgewater. And he's in traffic. And he still has to, again, adjust with his body and put his body in a position to catch it and then absorb the hit that may be coming. So really nice work at adjusting to inaccurate passes, but showing that he's super reliable over the middle. You know, it's something that Josh Allen struggled with last year. He struggled with it since Cole Beasley left, is finding that reliable target over the middle. Watch this play. He runs a little bender route versus man coverage. There's the bend, and then he adjusts. Look how he adjusts late to that. Quarterback throws him to the middle, and you see him flatten it out right there and catch the ball in traffic once again. Check it out from this end zone angle. Just great work at coming back to the ball, reeling it in versus man coverage, flattening it out, catching it, and holding on to the ball with guys draped on him. I love this one because he catches it, again, over the middle, very reliable, and then he's able to bounce off the defenders to add some yak to the play. Boom. He's on the line of scrimmage. They drop him in coverage because 44 kicks out with the motion. So he gets his eyes to the quarterback. It's a nice sight adjustment. Hey, hit me. He does. Again, catches it in traffic. This guy's coming to light him up. Caught it, and then he bounces off that guy and gains yards after the catch. Watch it from the end zone angle. 43 is John Johnson trying to line him up. Catch. Beautiful catch. And here comes a hit. He's bracing for it. He knows. You know, Tua kind of let him out there. But he catches it, absorbs that hit, and then the contact balances spin out into open space for some extra yardage. Here's another catch over the middle. They're motioning him to kind of identify the coverage here. Packers are running a little bracket with this stack set. And you're going to see him sneak behind this defender and then watch him adjust to this ball with that safety coming in. Just nice work. Really tight route behind that zone defender and then catches the low pass but the pass really saved him from a big hit. Watch it from the end zone angle. Really sharp turn inside and catch by Sherfield. Reliable. Low ball, he adjusts, catches it, first down. So here he is to the bottom of the screen. Here's some more of that yak. Again, showing those numbers after that motion. Hey, eyes on the quarterback. Get me the ball now, right up the seam. Quarterback does, and watch what he does to this single high safety right here. Cuts it back, and then he turns on those jets for the touchdown. So nice work at getting his eyes to the quarterback, right? Getting his eyes to the quarterback. Hey, hit me now. He hits him in the seam, and then he can do some work after the catch to get into the end zone. That's what the Bills offense has been missing, and that's what they've been trying to focus on the last year and a half. And finally, he's an all-level receiver. He can win at all three levels, and I hope I've shown you that in a few of the clips that I've used. But here he is, bottom of the screen, goal ball. Cornerback is trapping. This is the play the Bills used to run a lot of. This would be Cole Beasley running an option route, trying to get the attention of this trapping corner. And this is when they would hit Gabe Davis over the top. That's a Cole Beasley special. And so you're going to see that corner play flat-footed right there, thinking that he's going to jump Tyreek Hill's route. Sherfield gets behind him, but then watch the body control, the tracking, and then finally the boundary awareness to get his feet in. Just tremendous work from him. Great work down the field at that third level at reeling that in for 6 points. Let's take a look at it from the end zone angle. I want you to watch him look down. You can see the helmet dip down as he's looking to the boundary. He's coming down. That is what is so typical of him along the boundaries, whether it's the back line or the boundaries along the sidelines. The game slows down for him. So right there, he wins the hand battle. He creates that separation late, goes up and gets the ball, but then look at him coming down. Look at him. Look at the boundary and get both feet in. Fantastic body control and catch here along the boundary for the touchdown. All right, guys, that was a quick breakdown of Trent Sherfield, the new Bills wide receiver. And now I'm not going to blow smoke. He's probably going to be wide receiver 4 or 5, as long as injuries aren't a big thing next year. But if you have a guy that can play special teams, can make catches like I just showed you, can win at all three levels, and can run block, I mean, that's a valuable asset. The Bills wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5 may have just reeled in 400+ yards last season. That is a good asset. That is a great value from Brandon Beane, and it's a good signing overall. So if you like that breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, leave us a comment, let us know who you want me to break down next, and most of all, share all of our content on the Cover One YouTube channel. And if you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. It goes a long way with us. It allows us to track and trend in many ways on YouTube and to get into the algorithm of other fans of the Bills. So thanks for hanging out with me today. If you like this type of content, join us Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. in the film room. We'll be breaking down some Sherfield this Wednesday, but also some linebacker prospects in the draft. I am Erik Turner, host of the film room, owner of Cover One. We'll see you back in the film room Wednesday night.